Hello everyone, this is Nascar Fan02, and what a great race weekend we just had. We had a great series of races at Eldora, and we had a couple of great races at the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, with all three series competing this prior weekend. And I will start off with Eldora. What can I say? The heat races are great, and the main event I thought was spectacular. So much side-by-side racing, people running next to the wall riding, some people running next to the inside wall, trying to get as much speed as they can. It was crazy, I will say. Crazy racing, especially, I think, in my personal opinion, with Kyle Larson. Man, he can wheel a freaking truck, especially in the dirt. He's a wheelman for sure, and he is the future of NASCAR. He is the future of the sport, and I could see the fire and the determination in him when he was trying to catch Darrell Wallace Jr. He was trying everything he can, especially hitting his truck against the wall and just basically tearing it and destroying it. But that was crazy. I will say, congrats to Darrell Wallace Jr. on the win for Eldora. It was a great race overall, and I will get into the fact that Tony Stewart, who owns Eldora, if I'm not mistaken, would like to have Nationwide Series races and Cup races there for the future. He thinks that it's not too far-fetched of an idea. It is possible they can make the cars like the truck. It's not going to take that much to make them like that. And I think it would be an awesome idea, especially. And as well, if I do recall, Eldora is planning on building a roof that's going to cost them $25 million. So I don't know what you think of the idea. I think it'll help prevent any weather delays for the future races. So every time there's a race at Eldora, it's going to happen. There's going to be no weather affecting the races there. But I think it's a great idea. And hopefully the Nationwide Series and the Cup Series go there in the future. Now, on Saturday and Sunday, we had the Nationwide races and the Sprint Cup Series races, respectively, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I will say this, I'm quite surprised with the lack of attendance in the stands. Sure, Indianapolis may be not one of the more exciting races to go to, but it is very historic. The track itself is, and just to be there, I've been there several times before. I have seen the Indianapolis 500 and the Brickyard 400 many times, and I do believe I went when the Formula One used to go there, but it's a great track. I've actually been on the racetrack itself, did one lap around it, and it's quite an historic track, and it's really cool. And for those of you who have not gone there, I recommend that you go there for at least one race in your lifetime. Go there. You will not regret it. The historical factor that this track presents in automobile racing, especially in IndyCar, as well as NASCAR too. That track is very cool and very historic. But the Nationwide Series race, congratulations to Ty Dillon on winning the race. He was there at the end. The race went his way, and he was able to hold off Kyle Busch at the end. Now, with both races, though, there was lots of weird pit strategy calls and stuff along that nature, and I was quite surprised with the pit call. They wanted to run it like a reverse road course where they pitted as early as possible so they could go the distance at the end. So if they pitted with 30 to go, and they were able to make it, and people didn't pit, and then there was caution coming out, they would be in front, and the people who stayed out would have to pit. So, some strategy calls like that was crazy. That was crazy in my book. But the Sprint Cup race, I will say, Jeff Gordon, congratulations to him. He had the best car. I thought Kevin Harvick would, just the way how fast he was during qualifying. And the last time he swept the qualifying results, I think it was, I don't know what track it was exactly, but he did pretty well, I believe, in the race. I'm not entirely sure, but Jeff Gordon, he had the fire and determination to get number 5 at Indianapolis, and he deserved it. He had the best car. He wasn't going to not take first place, and he was able to win it. And I could sense a lot of emotion in his interview after the race, especially, and as well as Ty Dillon when he won the Nationwide Series race yesterday. It's crazy how the races ended like that, but crazy stuff, I will say. And the next race will be, or at least for the Sprint Cup Series, will be at Pocono, so similar to Indianapolis, where we had a great finish between Brad Keselowski and Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the race, in my opinion, because Brad Keselowski had to back off, and because of tape on the grill, and if Brad stayed out and didn't worry about him blowing up, he would have won the race, in my opinion. But Pocono, it's just going to be the same thing as Indianapolis. It's going to be long green flag runs, lots of single file racing, and whoever's out front is going to be tough to catch. Whoever has the clean air, they're going to be basically setting sail. So if you're out in clean air, you are set. And track position at Pocono is going to be huge, especially knowing how much the clean air on the nose will help the car be a lot better versus where a car is in the back of the pack. But the chase is starting to dwindle down. The amount of races before the chase, starting to get excited. Are we going to see a new winner at Pocono? Maybe Casey Kagan possibly could win the race, or someone like a Matt Kenseth, or even a Greg Biffle, who needs a win to get into the chase, because there are, excuse me, I'm sort of snuffled here, but it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen at Pocono, who's going to come out victorious, and who is going to win the race. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna go with Brad Keselowski. He's going to be my pick. They're going to Pocono once again. He had the dominant car last time, and he should be able to rise to the occasion once again and possibly, finish the job that he should have done, a couple months ago and win at Pocono. But we'll see. That's my prediction. I predict Brad Keselowski is going to win at Pocono. But who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be an interesting race, I will say. It's going to be similar like Indianapolis, once again. But overall, a great race weekend that we had with Eldora, with all the beating and banging and everything from this year and last year. I hope the Nascar Nationwide Series and Sprint Cup Series goes to Eldora. That would be a great thing for NASCAR, and I think we're going to get a lot more attention and a lot more viewers watching that race especially. And congrats on Ty Dillon winning his first NASCAR Nationwide Series race, and congrats to Jeff Gordon winning his 5th Brickyard 400. So this is NASCAR Fan 02. If you are not subscribed to my videos, click the subscribe button. And thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And this is NASCAR Fan 02. Signing